Hi, welcome to the video syllabus for MBA592, Organizational Behavior. In this video, I'm going to quickly go over how to best manage this online course. We're going to be using the Blackboard environment for this online course. And Blackboard, if you've had any other classes at Stony Brook, you should be very familiar with. It's a great tool for me to facilitate and manage this class with everybody. So, an important area to always check is the announcements. So under announcements, I have created a quick overview guide to help you with the course. So I'm recording right now the video syllabus, and you'll be able to use this link that I post on the syllabus to view the video syllabus. And everything is going to be, for this class, will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So that way you can access it on multiple devices, on your phone, at work, wherever you need, without downloading any software. And you can watch it at your own time frame from YouTube. So it's very important to watch this complete video because I'll explain everything you need to know about the course. Now, two important areas of the course are assignments, this assignments area and discussion area. So assignments, I will put all the quizzes and homeworks and papers on the assignment link. So it's your responsibility to check this link and organize the due dates. And they are in chronological order. And I also have the discussion board link, which is the link that you're going to go into to answer and reply to the continuous discussion boards that we're going to be posting throughout the lecture, the course. Okay. I've also listed here for you a quick, easy review schedule for all the quizzes, and all the quizzes are due. We have 5 quizzes, and they're due Sunday nights at 11:30 throughout the entire course, and we have 5 of them. So just keep 10 points each. So you don't want to miss any of those, because once the deadline ends, the link closes and you can't submit. So let's just look at the discussion board area for a second here. I'm going to go into discussions, and for each week, and I have them all set up already. For each week, I'm going to open up a discussion, multiple discussion board questions. So for week 1, I'm going to ask you to submit an article to the discussion board. And this article should be something that's timely and relevant to organizational behavior, something that's reflective of the course material that we've talked about so far. And it can be from any established newspaper, business magazine, periodical, research paper, anything that you feel is relevant. But I would like to have the title of the article, the source, the author, the date, and a brief summary of the contents of the article, including why you picked it, how is it important to the class. And I would expect students to post 1 original article and read at a minimum 2 other articles from students and comment on their article. And generally how we work the discussion board is on Monday and Tuesdays, the days for really posting your original content. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the days where you can reply to people's posts. And it's very simple to post. You just click on the link, and right here there's a thread already created. So each student will create a new thread. So this is a student that posted an article, and they gave me the title, the author, the date, the source, and the article summary of the article, why it was picked, and how it relates to the topic. And you can go to the source and read the article directly. And then you can just click this reply button down here to reply to the posts. And you can also rate the posts in anywhere from 0 to 5 stars. I'll give this 5 stars because it's a great post. Now, for you, if you're going to post an original, you just what you want to do is you want to create a thread. So I'm going to go back into the discussion board here, article, and create thread is right here. You want to create a thread. You can put your student name and article topic, and then paste the relevant information down here. And then, what we just saw before, title, date, source, author, why it's important, why you picked it, and then just submit. And then you'll have a thread all to yourself here that other students can reply to. So when I look at it, I can see a thread of all the students, and I can get an understanding of what your original post is quickly, and I can read the replies to your post. So we're going to have many threads, one for each student in the course as we move on. Okay, I'm going to delete my example here so as not to confuse anybody. Okay, so for week 1, we have a article. I have discussion question 1, which is going to actually ask you to read a section of the textbook and talk about a study that looks at whether or not women might make better leaders. So a very interesting topic for our first discussion question. And also in week 1, I have a self-assessment, part 1. And this is also related to your textbook, where there's an assessment section in your textbook near the back of the textbook where I ask you to read. They're like sort of exercises in self-discovery. So I want you to read the exercise, respond to the questions, and then I want you to evaluate, after you complete the assessment, evaluate the usefulness of the assessments, your thought of its accuracy, and also how it may have helped you with your career in some way. So that is week 1. So week 1, we have 3 different types of discussion posts: an article, a discussion question, and a self-assessment journey. And then these will all end on July 12th. And in the next week, I'll set up a new group of discussion questions for week 3. And it looks like for week, here we have discussion question for week 2, article 2, and it looks like we only have 2 boards next week. So every week you need to keep on top of this and what's due for that week under the discussion area. And like I said, it would be great if you could post your original content on Monday or Tuesday and leave the rest of the week to reply and talk to other students and respond, and really create an environment that we would have in the classroom where, just picture the classroom where I ask a question and there's lively debate about the question and we're talking back and forth. This is what the discussion board is supposed to stimulate, this class time where we discuss current and relevant topics about the course and the textbook, and we explore it a little more deeply, connecting some real world experiences to it. So it's a very important area. Now if we go over to assignments, this is where discussion board is always at the top because this is a 20-point assignment and needs to be completed on a continuous basis. And this is something that you're going to connect to 3 or 4 times a week and participate in. And it will be graded as 20% of the grade for this course. So keep that in mind. I also have listed the 5 quizzes, and they're listed in chronological order, the 5 quizzes. And to complete a quiz, you just click on the quiz, click begin, and answer each of the questions. Now, as you answer the question, you may want to stop at some time and save your answers. Okay, so your answers will be saved, and you can actually continue it later. So if you're not able to complete the quiz in its entirety, you can save and come back and complete at a later date. Just as long as you complete it before the deadline. All right, so I'm randomly going in here and just clicking some boxes. I think we have about 20 questions this week. There's a police siren in the background. All my lectures are recorded live, and they may include sounds of helicopters, police activity, dogs, people, phones. We're just to ignore that and move on. Okay. So once you've answered all the questions and you're okay with it, you can hit save and submit. You must hit save and submit when you've completed it, otherwise I won't be able to grade, or the computer won't be able to grade your quiz. So I'm going to hit OK, and it'll show me that I got a score of 1.5 out of 10. So guessing is not a great way to complete these quizzes, but you get the idea. So for every week we have a quiz that relates to the chapters of that week, and you must complete them. It's a total of 50 points. Towards the end of the class, we have 2 papers. One is due on August 3rd, and that's the culture paper, where I want each student to select one company, and the company you select for the culture paper should be unique compared to the company or person you pick for the CEF profile. So they should be 2 different companies. Now, for the organizational culture profile, I want you to pick a company, and I want you to describe to me in a paper the culture of the organization, um, examples of this culture in their company, um, what caused this organization to have such a unique culture, the effect of the culture on the organization, its employees, its society, and can the culture change, or has the culture changed? So this is a paper where you're really going to pick one company and examine the company for its unique business culture and organizational behavior culture, and you're going to write a paper describing this to me. And this paper is going to be probably 2,100 to 2,700 words. Um, that's sort of the range you're shooting for. It can be longer if you wish. I won't penalize you for that, but I will penalize you if it's shorter. The second paper that's due on August 15th is a CEO profile. And this is pick a CEO or president of a company who is a leader. And I want you to profile this company, the leader of this company, and give me an overview of this, their history and background, their leadership style and philosophy, their leadership values, as a person, their biggest strengths and weaknesses, or challenges they had to overcome. What contributed most to this leader's success, and what did you learn most from this leader? So in either of these papers, they're both about, I guess, depending on your formatting, they're usually going to be 7 to 10 pages or 21 to 2,700 words. And you should have some professional citations in the paper, use multiple sources, not just one book, use a couple articles or papers, and try to pick a relatively well-known person. I think it helps a great deal over someone there's not a lot of material composed about. And the more well-known, or the more literature on the person you're picking, the easier it is to write these two papers, because we're going to be looking at culture from the first paper and the company point of view, and then we're going to look at leadership and how a leader shapes the organizational behavior or culture of the organization that they lead. So these are two papers that are very important to the class. They together they make up 30% of your grade. They're 15% each, or 15 points each. So keep in mind, you should start working on the culture paper now. Have that done by Saturday, August 3rd, and then when that paper's finished, start working on the CEO profile report. So these are all your assignments for the course. So use this assignment area to keep yourself organized and understand what is due. Okay, let's go back to announcements. Okay, so assignments and discussion areas are important to check on regularly to make sure you're not missing any due dates. I do have, if you need to, I have my office hours will be by appointment or as needed. And we will use SB Connect as an environment to conduct the office hours. Just email me beforehand what your issue or questions are. If I can't resolve them through email, and or you personally request an audience with me, we'll set up a time and we can meet one-on-one through SB Connect. And we can meet face-to-face. I can share my computer and we can have a chat and so forth if you need it. I am here for you, and I will make every effort to be available when you need me if you have any issues or problems with the course. And for most students, I think email will be their first line of contact, and usually most things can be resolved in this area. Now I've listed broken out the class schedule for each week. So for week 1, you're going to watch my video syllabus, which you're doing right now. You're going to read chapter 1 and 2, and you're going to watch my YouTube video that relates to chapter 1 and 2, and you're going to answer this week's discussion questions. And then we're going to move into week 2, and in week 2 we're going to work on chapter 3 and 4, and we're going to work on week 2's discussion questions. And remember that the quizzes are not part of the weekly schedule. You're just going to have to remember that every Sunday you have a quiz due that's going to be based on the chapters related to the previous week. Okay, so I have all 6 weeks mapped out for you to keep an easy guide on what you should be doing every week. So I envision, basically how I envision the class working is on Monday you come into, over the weekend or earlier in the week, you're reading both chapters. Monday, Tuesday, you're starting to post your original posts to the discussion board. sometime during the week you're watching my chapter lectures, and then towards the end of the week you're posting replies and helpful comments to the discussion boards to fellow students. There's also another area called documents, and this is where I have all the PowerPoints that I review in my course lectures backed up, and I also have the course syllabus. So in the course syllabus, it shows you the textbook we'll be using. This is mostly an asynchronous class where you can access the content and post the content to this course 24 hours a day, as long as you meet the deadlines for each assignment. The synchronous part would be anytime we need to connect through SB Connect, if there's an issue or problem or question, that it's just sort of like regular office hours. Here is the course description of what we're trying to do, the learning goals that I'm hoping to achieve, how I'm going to accomplish learning goals, and I'm going to utilize, of course, the textbook, discussion questions, PowerPoint lectures, posting of articles and quizzes to accomplish these learning goals. The grades will be 15% for the cultural paper, 15% for the CEO profiling report, 20% for discussion boards, and 50% for the quizzes. And here's how the points relate to grades. My policy on participation and preparation, and this is specifically refers to discussion boards, and I have some information specifically on what I look for in discussion board articles, discussion board questions. I also have backed up here information, the same stuff that's on, the same information from the assignments page on the cultural report and the CEO profile report, as well as the schedule that we're going to cover for these 6 weeks, information on academic dishonesty. There's a no makeup policy for any of the assignments or quizzes, and any disability policies that the university has. I have a rubrics of how I will be grading your 2 papers. I'm looking for each paper to be well organized and well written. I'm looking for each paper to be well researched. Number 3, I'm looking for each paper to be appropriately and professionally cited with a proper citation at the end of any information you pull out of a paper, and a reference at the bottom of the paper. I will be posting some links to where you can get information about proper citation. Is the paper interesting, engaging, professionally written, grammatically correct? And finally, is all the topics I asked for adequately covered within the assignment? So this is my rubrics of how I look at and grade your paper, so just keep that in mind when you're writing. Okay, so I encourage you to go back and read this syllabus entirely, because you are responsible to know everything that it contains. It's sort of our contract for the class. So I do encourage you to go back and read over this in a little bit more detail, and send me an email or request office hours if you want to talk about any aspects of this syllabus. Okay, so that is the overview of the class. Just to remind you, please check assignment announcements. Every time you log into the class, I will be posting updates, reminders, helpful hints in here from time to time. I'll also be emailing you this information directly, and the emails from Blackboard now all directly go to your Stony Brook email accounts. So if you have a Stony Brook email account and you don't check it often, you may want to forward your Stony Brook mail to your email account that you do check more often. And I do have all the assignments are listed under assignments. You should check on a weekly basis to make sure that you're not missing anything, and you'll be referring to the discussions tab at least 3 or 4 times a week to contribute and reply to other students. And that's the general overview of the course. And I hope that you enjoy this online class as much as I think I will. And I look forward to working with you over these past 6 weeks. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.